Get reaction from former acting U.S. Attorney General under President Trump, Matt Whitaker. Matt, welcome to the show. It's good to see you. I do want to get your take because President Biden pledged that he would have a hands-off approach to the Department of Justice. So do you think there is a political type of pressure on Attorney General Merrick Garland to kind of make this go away?
I do, and I think this is a case that's going to try the independence of the Department of Justice. And, there's a lot of Americans, including myself, that think that under Joe Biden and under Merrick Garland, there's a two-tiered system of justice where, Democrats like Hunter Biden are getting away with crimes, and that yet members of President Trump's administration and of his campaign are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And so I think this is a very important case to see whether or not, they have the guts, quite frankly, to do this case.
Matt, we've talked to James Comer before, and his concern is that they actually do this, right? So that the argument goes something like this, that the DOJ indicts him or charges him, and then when the Republicans take Congress in November and have subpoena power, they're able to say, sorry, we're already under investigation by DOJ. We can't comply with your subpoenas. And it's almost like a good thing that he gets charged with DOJ because it shields him from Congress. What do you think about that?
That's a next level ninja move right there, Sean. I think ultimately, the Department of Justice has to do its job independent of any political process, and they'll bring a case when that case is ready. The real question is, what case are they going to bring? Is it going to be the Foreign Agent Registration Act? Is it going to be tax case? Is it going to be some other corruption type charge? If that's a limited charge, let's say just a one count indictment, I think that would look more like what you just described that Comer was talking about. I would imagine it would be a more fulsome charge. But at the same time, Congress has been fairly clear, at least as it relates to the January 6th committee, that they are not coordinating or doing any kind of communications with the Department of Justice. And so those two processes should be separate and distinct. And I don't think there's any carve-out under the current system of American jurisprudence that allows someone to ignore a congressional subpoena just because they've been indicted.
Okay, so one of the biggest questions surrounding all this is President Biden involved in any way? So if it turns out to be just the tax violation and the failure to register to lobby, would that implicate the president in any way?
Well, I don't know, because, this is one of those things that we've seen a lot of the contents of the laptop. We know sort of the general contours of some of these potential criminal violations. But at the same time, we also know that Joe Biden and Hunter Biden did business together, and that, we know from some of his compatriots and business partners that Joe Biden was certainly on the periphery, if not, reserved percentages of some of these deals. They're obviously the Department of Justice, I would imagine, just because of the sensitivities of this, are going to try to keep the president's fingerprints and involvement out of it. But, we're going to have to see what the evidence shows, and they should be unafraid to take it wherever it is necessary.
Yeah. Speaking of indictments, though, listen to what January 6th committee member Adam Kinzinger had to say about what he wants to happen to Trump.
We never want to get to a position in a country where we prosecute last administrations, because that's what failed republics, failed democracies do. But if he is not held accountable through law, I actually fear that is a far worse precedent than anything else.
So, Matt, it's kind of interesting. It's, hey, this is what bad countries do, but we should do it in this case. That's the rationale there.
Yeah, he's trying to have his cake and eat it too. So, have a Trump carve out. I think this is ridiculous. I have not seen anything from this unselect committee that would suggest that the president of the United States, Donald Trump, committed any crimes or even came close to it. If you remember, the key of the whole rally was that he told everyone to go to the Capitol peacefully and patriotically. And, that to me is, full stop. There is nothing here. There was no incitement. There was no other crime. These are just people that are trying to score political points to try to weaken President Trump and try to prevent him from running in 2024. And it's not going to work, because ultimately the American people see what this is, which is almost a Soviet era type show trial that is trying to punish someone that they disagree with. And, Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney and those, the rest of the members from the left are just never Trumpers, and nothing's going to satisfy them. But ultimately, the American people are going to decide, and that's I feel pretty good about that.
We were just talking to Linda McMahon, and you're speaking at the America First Summit as well as President Trump tomorrow. I do want to have you listen to what CNN's Jim Acosta had to say. Watch.
Why even bring him to the nation's capital?
Well, this is a policy speech that he'll be giving. It's probably more akin to a State of the Union where he's going to lay out his vision. And
What's the policy going to be? How to do a coup?
I want to get your reaction.
Yeah, I mean, that's Jim Acosta just being Jim Acosta. He's cheap and petty. President Trump, I expect, is going to talk about the things that are affecting real Americans, like the price of gas and the price of groceries. He's going to talk about the rule of law. And most importantly, he's going to talk about how we need law and order in our major cities. Every child should be able to play safely in their front yard. And I expect, Donald Trump, at least, my experience with him, he is for law enforcement. He's for law and order. And I think we're going to hear a lot of that tomorrow.
All right. Attorney General Whitaker, thanks for being with us. Good to see you.
All right. Good to see you both. Thank you.